Hello and welcome to the lead story of the day, which is focused on Rafales introduced in Indian Army. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh on Thursday formally inducted the 5 Rafale jets, which arrived in India on July 29 in the Indian Air Force. The induction ceremony took place at the Ambala Air Force Base, where Indian Air Force's 17 squadrons, also called Golden Arrows, is based. India's first 5 Rafale fighters will be a part of Golden Arrow Squadron. The Rafale jets were given a water cannon salute at induction ceremony. After stunning air maneuvers were performed by the Rafale, Su-30 and Jaguars.
Rajnath Singh and his French counterpart Florence Parly witnessed the Sarva Dharma Puja at Ambala Air Base. Besides the Defence Minister, his French counterpart Florence Parly was the chief guest of the event. IAF Chief R.K.S. Badalia, Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat, Defence Secretary Dr. Ajay Kumar were also part of the ceremony.
In September 2016, India and France had signed a deal for 36 Rafale fighter jets at 60,000 crores. It is the largest ever defense deal signed by India. Manohar Parrikar, who passed away last year, was the defense minister at the time the deal was signed. The first batch of 5 Rafale jets were finally inducted to the Indian Air Force on Thursday at Ambala Air Base in presence of Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, his French counterpart Florence Parly, and Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Badalia.
Singh used the ceremony send a strong message to China over its belligerence in Eastern Ladakh, saying national security is a major priority for India and it is determined to protect its territory. Singh said induction of Rafale jets into the IAF is crucial considering the kind of atmosphere being created along India's border.
Well, the much anticipated talks are taking place against the backdrop of a massive spike in tension in eastern Ladakh, triggered by fresh face-offs between the two armies along the line of actual control. The Defense Minister said India's responsibility is not limited to its territorial boundary and that is committed to peace and security in Indo-Pacific and Indian Ocean. The two regions where China has been increasing its military assertiveness.
Moreover, said that this is a statement after the PLA later Monday night alleged that India troops crossed the LAC and outrageously fired warning shots near the Pangong Lake. A meeting between Defence Minister Singh and his Chinese counterpart Gen Wei on the margins of another SCO meet in Moscow last Friday apparently did not yield any tangible outcome.
Well, the first Rafale jet was handed over to Indian Air Force in October last year during a visit to France by Defence Minister. Well, the first squadron of Rafale jets will be stationed at Ambala Air Base. The second one will be based at Hasimara Base in West Bengal. The Ambala Base is considered one of the most significantly located bases of Indian Air Force, as Indo-Pak borders is around 220 kilometers from it. Authorities had imposed prohibitory orders near Ambala Air Force Station and banned taking of pictures and videos. A large number of police personnel were also deployed in a 3-kilometer radius. The Indian Air Force has spent around 400 crores to develop required infrastructure like shelters, hangars and maintenance facilities at the two air bases.
Will be fighter jets and 6 will be trainers. The trainer jets will be twin-seater and they will have almost all the features of the fighter jets. India began the process to buy a fleet of 126 medium multi-role combat aircraft in 2007 after the Defence Ministry, headed by the AK Antony, cleared the proposal from the IAF. The contenders from the mega deal were Lockheed Martin's F-16s, Eurofighter Typhoon, Russia's MiG-35, Sweden's Gripen, Boeing's F-A-18s and Dassault Aviation's Rafale.
a long drawn process. Bids were opened in December 12 and the Salt Aviation emerged as L1, that's the lowest bidder in the original proposal. 18 planes were to be manufactured in France and 108 in India in collaboration with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. There were lengthy negotiations between the then UPA government and the Dassault on the prices and transfer of technology. The final negotiations continued till early 2014, but the deal could not go through.
Rafale jets have been delivered to India so far, and 5 of them stayed back in France for imparting training to IAF pilots. The delivery of all 36 aircraft is scheduled to be completed by the end of the 2021. A second batch of 4 to 5 Rafale jets are likely to arrive in India by November. The Rafale jets are India's first major acquisition of fighter planes in 23 years after the Sukhoi jets were imported from Russia.
Minister of Armed Forces France has arrived. We extend her our hearty welcome.
While the Rafale jets are capable of carrying a range of potent weapons, European missile maker MBDA's mature beyond visual range air-to-air missile and Scop cruise missile will be mainstay of the weapons package of the Rafale jets. Mature is next generation beyond visual range air-to-air missile, that's BVRAAM, designed to revolutionize air-to-air combat. The weapon has been developed by MBDA to combat common threats facing the United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, France, and Spain, including
induction of the Rafale fighter jet into the Indian Air Force, a game changer, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said on Thursday that it was a very important step in the light of the prevailing security conditions that have been created along India's borders. The IAF is also arming the Rafale with Hammer medium-range air-to-ground missiles being procured through emergency route.
Minister of Armed Forces Rice has arrived. We extend her our hearty welcome.
Indian Air Force had been looking to buy a new twin-engine fighter jet to replace its aging fleet of Russian-made fighters. Following a global tender, the Indian Air Force in 2012 whittled down the list of the Rafale made by France, Dassault and the Eurofighter Typhoon developed by British Aerospace. The Congress-led United Progressive Alliance government then put out a tender for 126 fighter jets.
Because of our bid offer, it packed over 18 Rafales in flyaway conditions from Dassault, with the remaining to be built in India by the same firm in a joint venture with the state-owned Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The government changed its hands in 2014. The deal has been wrapped in controversy since then, with charges of overpricing, abuse of authority, terrorism, and flouting of standard purchase rules. Over the past few months, the row over Rafale deal has been boiling over. The main contenders, parties and personalities involved in the controversy are vying for votes in the upcoming May 2019 elections.
In 2012, India selects France's Rafale from among 5 bidders to supply fighter jets. Its bid was the lowest under the deal. French company Dassault Aviation will supply 126 fighter planes. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, a state-owned firm, is to produce 108 fighter jets locally in a joint venture with French firm Dassault Aviation, which was supposed to supply 18 Rafales in flyaway condition.
Moving ahead, in May 16, 2014, the United Progressive Alliance, led by Congress Party, faces massive defeat in the world's largest general elections with 814.5 million eligible voters. The National Democratic Alliance, led by the Hindustan nationalist BJP, scores a sweeping victory, taking 336 out of the 543 seats in the Lok Sabha. The House of Parliament, the HAL, is out in the cold as the Modi government signs up for another 36 fighter jets in flyaway condition from dissolved.
Minister of Armed Forces Rice has arrived. We extend her our hearty welcome.
Well, if we talk about December 14, 2018, India's top court had thrown out a petition for a probe into country's decision to buy 36 Rafale jets from French company, that is Dassault. Prime Minister Modi thus awards an investigation of the court. In fact, the court's order is seen as a victory for the government in India. February 10, 2019, Union Law Minister and BJP leader Ravi Shankar Prasad says opposition leader Rahul Gandhi is lying shamelessly about the fighter jet deal and has got Rafale phobia.
Moving ahead, the deal is reported to have one major and unprecedented concessions from the Indian government. For one, the jets were deemed overpriced and grossly disadvantageous to Indian taxpayers. Moreover, dropping critical provisions for anti-corruption penalties and requirement to make payments through an escrow account before the signing of the intergovernmental agreement between the two countries would be open to procedural lapses and loss of the government.
Critics, foremost among them Indian opposition leader Rahul Gandhi, assailed the Modi government for allegedly lying about it. Defense Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Arun Jaitley said it was a decision of Dassault. The Modi government's insistence favouring Anil Ambani's company for the offset part made a mockery of the rules.
Congress Party's Rahul Gandhi claims that the deal is grossly overpriced. He alleges that the cost of each aircraft was 3 times more than what the previous government had negotiated with France in 2012. Moreover, Gandhi alleges that Daniel Ambani-led Reliance Defence Limited had been unfairly picked to be French firm's partner in India. Both Dassault and the government have denied the allegations.
Minister of Armed Forces Rice has arrived. We extend her our hearty welcome.
Well, former French President Francois Hollande claimed that Dassault, the Rafale manufacturer, was not given any choice. This was also widely reported in the Indian media. This point was confirmed by an internal document from the company in October 2018. The French investigative journal Mediapart cited an internal document of Dassault Aviation's makers of the Rafale jets, showing that picking Anil Ambani's Reliance Defence as Dassault's offset partner in India was a trade-off for the 36-jet deal.
Well, the government has maintained that the deal made is completely transparent, but it was not possible to put on record the details of the deal since this information was termed as classified under the intergovernmental agreement between France and India. According to officials, the agreement had a confidentiality clause in the deal which was added due to the national security concerns, which forbids the buyer and seller from revealing any details of the pricing of the deal.
Well, finally, French Defense Minister Florence Parly on Thursday said India will have an edge over the entire region in defending its people with the induction of Rafale fighter jets, an event she described it as a symbol of relationship between the two countries. And that was our lead story today. I'm Idris signing off along with my colleague
Geetika.
Thank you for watching.